Hey, third grade, we are going to be practicing again, just comparing fractions. Today is the last day of comparing fractions. And then we're going to start reviewing this fractions unit. So we're going to be comparing we're going to be talking about equivalent fractions and comparing fractions later on. And then we're going to be taking our unit assessment, okay? So let me go ahead and I'm just going to be modeling what questions are going to look like. This is very similar to what your questions are going to look like on your unit assessment or how you'll be tested over this on STAR test, okay? So it's really important that you guys have your fraction strips with you. If you don't have those, I'd like you to go get them. And then you'll be ready for this lesson. Okay, so the models below are congruent. When your sentence says that your models below are congruent, that means that these models are the same size. And remember, when you are comparing fractions, your whole, whatever that is, here it's a circle, sometimes it's a rectangle, sometimes it's a square, they have to be equivalent, okay? They have to be congruent. Each model is shaded to represent a fraction. So let's figure out what this represents, this fraction, okay? How many total parts do we have in this fraction? Good, we have 4 total parts. That is our denominator because their denominator tells you how many parts you have in your whole. How many parts are shaded? Good, 3 parts are shaded. And that's your numerator because your numerator tells you how many parts are being shaded or counted. Let's look at this one. How many total parts do we have here? Good, we have 6 total parts. And is that your numerator or your denominator? Your denominator. And then how many parts do we have shaded? Good, 3 parts. Okay, so the 2 fractions that we are comparing is 3/4 and 3/6. All right, it is really, really important that we, A and B. So this is model A, this is model B. It's really, really important that we are able to recognize this comparison with either model starting first. Okay, so it's really, really important that we are understanding how to compare these fractions either way. Okay, so whether we have 3/4 first or we have 3/6 first, just like I do here, okay? So 3/4 is what to 3/6? Well, if I'm looking at my fraction strips, here's 3/4 and here is 3/6. All right, 3/4 is what to 3/6? Good job. 3/4 is going to be greater than 3/6. So model A is greater than model B. Looking at the second one we have here, if 3/4 is greater, if 3/4 is greater than 3/6, 3/6 is good, less than 3/4. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our answer choices. We have model A, which is equals model B, and we know that that's not true. We don't have an equal sign. These are not equivalent. The same amount is not being shaded in both circles. Model A is less than model B. Model A is greater than model B. Model B is less than model A. This says model A is less than model B. That is incorrect. Model B is less than model A. That is right here. Okay? Model B is greater than model A. We know that model A is greater than model B. So that is correct. or that is incorrect, I'm sorry. So the correct answer is letter C. And so it's really, really important that we have, we know how to compare these fractions in both directions using model A first and model B first, okay? Using our greater than and our less than symbol. All right, let's look at this next one. This next one gives us a number line, okay? Miguel shaded the parts of 2 number lines. Based on the models, which comparison is true? So we're looking for the one that is a yes, okay? What fraction is being represented right here in this model? Good. 1/2. And you know that because you have 2 sections. All right, that's your denominator. And the shading stops 1 section after 0. So that's your numerator. Okay? What is our fraction in this piece, in this second number line? Good. It is 1/4. And you know that because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections, and your shading stops 1 section after 0. Okay? So 1/2 is what to 1/4? And I'm going to write my comparison both ways. All right? 1/2, looking at this model, is 1/2 greater than or less than 1/4? Good. 1/2 is greater than 1/4. Okay? So then that means that 1/4 is less than. Good job. Okay? 1/2 is less than 1/4. Is that what we have when we have 1/2 first? No, that is not. 1/2 is greater than 1/3. Well, we don't have 1/3 on our fraction line. That right there makes it wrong. 1/2, or sorry, 1/4 and 1/2 are equivalent. We know that that's not true. 1/4 is less than 1/2. Yes, that is true. That matches this one right there. All right, you guys are getting really good at comparing fractions. Okay, let's look at number 3. Eden and Izzy each had pizzas that were the same size. Eden ate 1/6 of her pizza. Izzy ate 1/3 of her pizza. Which statement is true? I'm going to give you a second to read that by yourself. All right. Eden and Izzy had pizzas that were the same size. Eden ate 1/6 of her pizza and Izzy ate 1/3 of her pizza. Which statement is true? All right. When your pieces of pizza, or when your pizza, the whole pizza, are the same size, okay, or any model is the same size, when you cut your pizza into more slices, what happens to the size of your slices? Good. The size of your slices are going to get smaller the more pieces that you cut from your pizza. All right? And I'm not going to draw a model because I don't want us drawing pictures, because our pictures don't come out correct and we can get a little bit off and confused by our drawings. So we're going to compare these fractions using our denominators. 1/6 and 1/3. If you want to, you can use your fraction strips to help you, okay? What do you know about 1/3 and 1/6? Which is larger? 1/3 is larger. You have a smaller number of pieces to create from your whole than you do in 1/6. So 1/3 is larger. Good. So 1/6 is less than 1/3, or 1/3 is greater than 1/6. And you know that when you have the same numerator, your denominator is what you're going to use to compare your fractions. The smaller denominator is going to be your larger fraction because you have a smaller number of pieces, so your pieces get to be bigger. All right? Let me say that again. When you're comparing fractions and your numerators are the same, just like they are here, your numerators are the same, you're going to use your denominator to compare your fractions. So 1/6 and 1/3. I'm going to use 6 and 3 to compare my fractions. The smaller denominator, which is 3, is going to be your larger fraction because you have a smaller number of parts that you're cutting your whole into. So here, I only have 3 parts, and here I have 6 parts. Well, if you're sharing a pizza with 6 people versus a pizza of the same size with 3 people, the one that has the 3 slices, those slices are going to be bigger. So, Eden ate 1/6 and Izzy ate 1/3. Eden and Izzy ate the same amount of pizza because both fractions have a numerator of 1. Did they eat the same amount of pizza? If you eat this piece and your mom eats this piece, did y'all eat the same amount? No, you do not eat the same amount, so that is not a correct answer. Eden ate more pizza because the denominator 6 is larger than the denominator 3. Is this piece, this is the one that Eden ate, and this is the one that Izzy ate. Is the one that Eden ate more than the one that Izzy ate? No, good job. Izzy ate more pizza because each slice of pizza cut into 3 equal parts is larger than each slice cut into 6 equal parts. Is something cut into 3 equal parts, or thirds, going to be larger than the same size whole cut into 6ths? This is 1/3 and 1/6. Yes. There is not enough information to determine who ate more pie. Yes, there is. Letter C is the correct answer. All right. Again, guys, it's really, really important that if you're not understanding, you are hopping onto office hours and asking questions. Your unit assessment for this is coming up soon. So I hope you guys have been using your fraction strips and you've been using them to help you on your assignments, because they cannot be used on your unit assessment, but you can use them on your daily assignments and when you're working through videos, okay? Let me know if you guys have any questions or need any help, and we'll see you later.